How's it, cuz? It's time to Walaau with me, Mr. Walaau, Dickie Chang. Join us as we meet your uncles, your aunties, your brothers, your sisters, sisters, uncles, cousins, neighbors, grandmother, all the ohana. We'll take you to breathtaking places you've never been. Meet famous people you've never seen. Kick back and cruise, you know the ruse.
The day has to end. I'm so happy we made new friends. We'll meet tomorrow, same time, same place. Looking forward to see your smiling face. Walaau, the day has to end. I'm so happy we made new friends. We'll meet tomorrow, same time, same place. Looking forward to see your smiling face. Walaau, 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 Walaau.
Aloha Kauai, mahalo nui loa, and thank you for joining us this week in yet another exciting and informative episode of Walaau. I'm Dickie Chang. This weekend, Friday and Saturday specifically, festivities will be in honor of Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanianaoole, the Crown Prince of our beautiful Garden Island, Kauai. Now, I do believe the festivities, and you might want to double check, 742-1234, 742-1234. The Grand Hyatt is doing a proclamation for the Prince, and I do believe it's going to be happening at 9 a.m. on Friday. So again, check the Grand Hyatt, 742-1234. Now, who is Prince Jonah Kuhio, you ask? We had an opportunity to speak to our very, very dear friend, and I miss her dearly, the late AUNTY Stella Burgess. AUNTY Stella Burgess, of course, did all the guest services, all the Hawaiian history there at the beautiful Grand Hyatt. We had an opportunity several years ago to interview AUNTY Stella as she tells us a little bit about who Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanianaoole was. And here, of course, is our very dear friend, miss her so much, the late AUNTY Stella Burgess. The only time that we can really reminisce or talk about Prince Jonah Kuhio is really this week that we celebrate not just his birthday, but just the person that he is. But remind us once again of the many, many things that this wonderful man, well-rounded and really, really talented with aloha, did for all of Hawaii and its people, and in many cases, truly the Hawaiians.
Well, Hawaiian homelands was because of him. He actually went and fought for that and was able to get that for us, not for the quantum that he wanted. It was, of course, a higher degree, so less and less can be awarded to our Hawaiians who have koko or blood. He also started the Hawaiian civic clubs in honor of our many different ali'i, and there was actually our mother's civic club also for Hawaii. So he actually fought in the Boer Wars. He tried to put Lili'uokalani back on the throne. There are so many things that this man did. They were very educated at the time and really versed in many different languages. So he wasn't just someone who was sitting on a rock in the middle of the Hawaiian Islands. We were probably the most versed people at that time so that we could associate ourselves with the rest of the world.
When you say he fought for many of our people, I mean, literally, he was a tough dude. I mean, he was a scrapper. He was well versed in lua, the art of Hawaiian wrestling.
Correct.
I mean, he could box. He was an archer. He would ride. He would fight. I mean, this guy was a true warrior. And in many cases, he was really ticked off as to how, the weaker people, in many cases, were treated.
Well, when the overthrow happened, many of our ali'i fought in silent ways and many of them fought out in public. He was one who did the two, and he wasn't afraid to try to go out and make it known what was happening to us around the world. He actually left because at a time period he was very sad about what was happening to his own people in Hawaii. So he left because he thought he couldn't do any good, but when he went around the world, he decided that he could come back and he could actually try to make everything a little bit better for his Hawaiian nation that was still here. As an ali'i, I think he would be honored because there were ceremonies aligning them with their lives and the particulars that they did in it. I think, and at the same time, he would be not honored. He would be honored, but he would be awed at how much he did for his people. And this is a way that his people tell him thank you.
And I think when you say the word honored, and maybe it took a while for you to come up with it, because I think in many ways he would be humbled because he was somebody that, fought against the overthrow. He was somebody that got arrested, and he was somebody that said, you know what, if Hawaii is not going to be my home, I'm going to go abroad. And he fought for a lot of different people and a lot of different meanings that he himself was once again summoned back and said, hey, we need you in our own backyard to help the Hawaiian people, the perhaps weaker or the less educated.
And you know, at one time we were the most literate people in Hawaii because when the missionaries came, we had to read their Bible and sing in their churches. That's why they wrote our language for us. And I think he went away and learned and realized, wow, I gotta save my own before I save someone else. And that's why he began the Hawaiian Homeland Act. That's why he was in Congress. That's why he was trying to do all of this. It was for the betterment of his people who are now not happy, who are now in some ways being persecuted for what they thought about.
And in the years of the past, such as Kalakaua or Lili'o Kalani or many of the royalties, including Prince Kuhio, you also educated us that they spoke many different foreign languages and they spoke it very fluently.
Yes, they did. You have to remember that they had to live in a Western society. That was one of the things that was being brought in. And they had to know about the Western society and also remember who they were as originally before the Western society arrived. So they were a mingling of many different cultures and they loved adventure. They loved music. They loved singing. They loved everything that there was about life, which is what the Hawaiians were. Life was very important to them in every stage.
And a lot of people don't realize that, as we do have many, many talented Hawaiian athletes. You mentioned a little bit about fencing. You mentioned a little bit about wrestling. You know, he was always, of course, a very, very smart guy, but this guy was a real tough dude. Like, don't mess around, especially when he saw people picking on the less fortunate or the weaker, in this case, his own younger blood brother.
Well, you know, you have to remember that all Hawaiians were very athletic. That was one thing. I mean, you didn't have a car or a horse to ride around and to do what you needed to do. So your power of your body and your mind and your soul all connected into one. Three entities that made you Hawaiian. Three entities that separated you from the rest. All ancient cultures have the same ideas, the same methods of doing things, whether we realize it or not.
And you know, you've told our viewing audience and, you know, many of your guests and many of our local people that you know, conduct workshops or lectures with, that Hawaiian people, many royalty, as they literally traveled the world, it was not uncommon to have spoken many, many different languages fluently across the world.
That is correct. They were very adept at learning different languages. Of course, highborn English, they had to adapt to that fast. Some of them spoke German, a couple of them spoke Italian, French. I remember that one of them spoke Russian, and all of these different nations were coming to Hawaii and wanting to be a part of what the nation was here. And we were accepting the world, except it came to a point where we were trying to change our lives at the same time, and that was what appreciated, shall we say.
You know, and a lot of the things that you also mentioned was Prince Kuhio was responsible for many of these civic clubs, the Hawaiian civic clubs that we have, and how fitting when the procession goes through at the Prince Kuhio Park to honor his birthday, many of these civic clubs are giving back and showing their presence to honor this wonderful man, and in this case, Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanianaoole.
On the Saturday at 10:30 at Prince Kuhio Park, there's a commemorative ceremony, and many of our schools go that hold allegiance to our ali'i. Maybe not allegiance, but love, I think, is a better word. And then many different types of olelo stories, or many different types of hula are offered, and songs, mele. All of these are offered at the park in his honor for that day. This gentleman was Hawaii-born monarch. I mean, he's of this island. Kuananakoa's, their line is still in sovereignty today and is still the ruling ohana for the state of Hawaii. So he made a great change.
Thank you, of course, to our very dear friend, Aunty Stella Burgess. I miss her so much. Call the Grand Hyatt, 742-1234. I believe the festivities is going to be happening on Friday at 9 a.m., but make sure, double check and call the Grand Hyatt. And of course, the following day at Prince Jonah Kuhio Park, right before the beach house, you'll be able to see on the right-hand side, you'll see the park. And I do believe that the procession and the protocol is going to be happening this coming Saturday, 10 a.m. Further information, of course, I guess, call me. I'll get the answer by then. 635-8800, 635-8800. We're gonna have to take a short break. When we come back, the annual meeting for the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union. Stay tuned, you won't wanna miss it.
Aloha Kawaii, I'm Chantal Zarba, the Marketing and Event Coordinator for the Kauai Lifeguard Association. I'd like to say a huge heartfelt mahalo to all the businesses and individuals who have supported KLA over the past years and who continue to support KLA today and moving forward. The Kauai Lifeguard Association wouldn't be able to do what we do for the community without your help. Our ocean-minded community campaigns are successful thanks to all who support KLA and our lifeguards with giving time, energy, money, and items. KLA is truly blessed for each and every one of you. The Junior Lifeguard Program State Championships at Kalapaki Beach was a huge success thanks to Priscilla and Mark Zuckerberg, Olukai, Duke's Canoe Club, and other local businesses that were sponsors of that program, which teaches our keiki lifelong skills and creating a positive platform for them as they grow older. Mahalo to the lifeguards, trainers, and Ohana for your support. Kauai Lifeguard Association continues to keep ocean-minded community campaigns going, and we have a lot more to do, Kauai. Again, mahalo to our Kauai Lifeguard Association supporters. KLA recently donated a tower for the Poipu area, provided jet skis, roving patrols to unguarded beaches, ocean safety messages, brochures, ocean equipment, trailers, rescue tubes, ocean safety demonstrations in schools and other areas within the community, and so much more, all towards saving lives. Kauai takes the lead in showing other islands what is possible to keep visitors and kama'aina safe at our beaches. Surrounded by ocean, it's important for us to play an active role in keeping our ohana and visitors safe every moment possible. With more beachgoers every year, we need to make sure our lifeguards are equipped properly and that our public is ocean safety educated. Kauai Lifeguard Association has come so far because of you. We are truly grateful for your continued support. Mahalo to this year's sponsors. Businesses and individuals all came together for our lifeguards and our ocean-minded community. Walau's Dickie, Chang, and Bruce Smalling, you two are amazing, and a huge mahalo for all that you do to share information with our community. Once again, my name is Chantal Zarba, the Kauai Lifeguard Association Marketing and Events Director, saying a heartfelt mahalo to all of you. Please stay tuned for future events that's coming up for the Kauai Lifeguard Association.
Healthier is quality care close to home. Healthier is state-of-the-art facilities and the largest and best team of doctors on Kauai. It's specialty care and caring in a special way. Healthier is Kauai's only comprehensive bone and joint center with expertise in joint replacement, hands, feet, ankles, and sports medicine. Wilcox Health, creating a healthier Hawaii.
Aloha everybody, my name is Jonathan Fabian. I'm one of the sales associates here at King Auto Center. I graduated Kahili in the year 2000. Something about me, I'm one of the salespeople here that speaks fluent Tagalog. So for any of the Filipinos out there, you can come inside here, ask for Jonathan, and I'd be able to explain things to you sometimes if you can't understand it. Right beside me, I got the new JL Jeep Wrangler. This is an unlimited sports model. It's new, beefed up. The grill is a little bit different. The accents are still the same. We still got the 7-slot grill, which is a Jeep signature grill. Some of the new updated features about this is, well, they got the lights on the fenders now. And this is the soft top rider. It's a lot easier to take off the tops, and the doors are also upgraded so that you can take them off a lot easier. Your front windshield comes down too, so it's really great when you go out to have some fun and be open and enjoy the island. This also has a rear backup camera, which is something a little bit different for the Wranglers. And this Jeep also has a hands-free technology, Bluetooth, so you can hook up your phone, you can listen to music, you can control everything on the steering wheel without ever looking at your phone. Once again, my name is Jonathan Fabian. I'm one of the sales associates here at King Auto Center. Maraming salamat sa aking mga kababayan. Mabuhay and aloha.
Welcome back, Kauai. The Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union. I'm just learning a little bit more about them here on Kauai. By Kauai, think Kauai, by Kauai, for Kauai. The Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union recently had their yearly membership meeting there at the Kauai Beach Resort. We had an opportunity to speak to the president of the board of directors, none other than our very dear friend Cyndi Ayonon, And of course, we had an opportunity to speak to one of the officers with Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, Sean Kaley. So check this out first. Here's our very dear friend, Cyndi Ayonon, followed by Sean Kaley.
Thank you, Dickie. Today we had our 72nd annual credit union membership meeting, and we had 360 of our members and their families here for lunch, a luncheon at the Kauai, beautiful Kauai Beach Resort. We had live entertainment by Lena Allah's Hula Halau, and it was very enjoyable. Today's agenda covered our business meeting and election of directors for next 3 years. And we had a really nice day filled with meeting friends that we've never seen before. And it's all about our members and giving back to their financial needs. So we're there for them.
You know, as the president of the board of directors for Kauai Government Employees Association Federal Credit Union, you mentioned 72 years. That's a long time.
It is.
Can you fill us in a brief history as to what was the founding fathers like? I mean, that's a long time.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened 72 years ago, but we were called, our previous name was the Kawaii TNC, which stands for Kauai Territorial Credit Union. And my parents belonged to it at that point in time, and I have been a member of the credit union my entire lifetime. And we have represented the government sector of members, and we are currently branching out into signing up partners. So any business group can join our credit union.
You know, you mentioned your credit union. I think that's very, very important because the credit union really is sincerely really a part of the membership. I mean, it's like of Kauai, for Kauai, for Kauai, of Kauai. I mean, and in local standards, that's very important to be Kauai owned, operated, and giving back into the community.
And that's exactly right, Dickie. We are for Kauai. We're going to be on Kauai forever, and we give back to our families and our members. And the other really important part about our credit union is you get personalized attention. You walk in there, everyone knows you by your name, they know where you're from, they know where your background is, and so it's a really family-oriented atmosphere. And for that reason, everyone wants to join the credit union because it's that type of feeling of ohana and giving back to our families.
You know, today was my first luncheon, my first meeting with the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, and I think what made me aware or what made me warm was I see so many kupuna that I've known since I got here 30 years ago, and I was just impressed with the membership because they're very, very loyal, and they have ownership. I mean, they just like the fact that you made mention, you know, the front line, the tellers, and everybody knows you by name. It's like it's hard to find personalized, you know, attention, and it comes natural.
We strive to be friendly and provide customer service to all of our members, whether they're from Kapuna to Keiki, and we want to help all of our families on Kauai. So we offer loans, you know, credit cards, debit cards, checking accounts. We have automatic teller machines at various locations. Come to our door. We can help you, and we can refer you to someone who can help you get whatever financial needs you.
And you know, Cyndi, you've been in the office of the mayor for many, many years. My understanding is, very recently you finally retired, and you happily retired, but people still call you and ask you for advice, talk story, how's it? But tell us who makes up the government employees here on Kauai.
Our credit union, the board of directors, our management, and our staff all come from diverse backgrounds. You don't have to be from the government sector. Again, we have 7 board members. They come from various diverse agencies or private sector businesses. Recently, we hired a new CEO and president, Monica Belz. Monica came with a few years of experience working with another credit union on this island. And she also brought along a great leadership team, which we're very proud to have. And the staff has been consistent in providing all the services that we can, reaching out to our members. Again, we're there to help the people. And I have retired, but it feels like I'm busier than ever now because I've so committed to working for the people of Kauai and the credit union.
You know, Cyndi, personally knowing you and for the benefit of the viewing audience, many of whom have known you for years or decades, if you will, we probably just want to know what drives you. I mean, what makes you want to take this responsibility and to move this, foundation and this credit union forward?
I guess I have some connection from when I was born. I became a credit union member. I moved away, went to college, and when I lived on Oahu, I also joined another credit union board there. I worked at Medical Dairies, and they recruited me. When I moved back to Kauai about 20 years later, I went to look for a job, and the first person I met was Dolores Kauai. And for those of you who know Dolores, she was the labor department manager, and I went in to look for a job, and she signed me up to volunteer for this credit union. So I have my heart, I guess, is attracted to doing volunteer service. And my heart is here on Kauai, which is such a wonderful place to live. And I am so happy and humbled to be part of the credit union and help other people learn about their financial future.
You know, and I just recently got to meet Dolores Kauai. You got Amy Isaki. I mean, you got a whole bunch of different sectors, not necessarily board of directors, but, you know, chairmanship, membership, and what have you. But they, as Kauai residents, truly love what they're doing, and they got a mission, because I think this is way much more important that people know about to support a local entity, an entity such as the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union.
Yes, Dickie. A lot of the volunteers and serve on different committees. We have a supervisory committee, we have a marketing committee, and then our board of directors. And all of these volunteers that serve have families. And again, it's that experience, that journey that they have enjoyed, seeing their money grow, learning about financial investments, and they feel safe, and we are member owned, so they own, we are investing in our future for our families. So for that reason, we have some of the greatest people on this island who just want to volunteer and serve.
And that's what Kauai is all about. Lastly, if you just joined us, we are here with our president of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union. Cyndi, thank you very much for volunteering, as you mentioned. But would you like to just take this opportunity to say aloha to your friends and family out there and say, if they don't really know about what's going on with our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, that they can call you, or they can ask, or they can sincerely just walk in and tell us the location about your message and the location. How do we get there?
Sure. Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union. We're located right in the back of Wright Street. You can see our name on our building. It's right past the old Jack Wada's building, and we're open Monday through Friday, 7:45 to 4:30 Monday through Thursday, and until 6 on Fridays. And anyone there, you can call us at 245-2463 and ask for any assistance over the phone, or go to our website at Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union and see what we have to offer you. So I'm more than happy. If you folks want to call me, you can reach out to me. You can call the credit union, ask for me. I'll be more than happy to sit down and talk with you and sign you up. Thank you, Dickie, for being here, and we appreciate all that you do for the credit union.
Thank you, Cyndi Ayonon, once again, our president of the board of directors there at the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, here to tell us a little bit about how the credit union works and how you can be a member Here's our very dear friend, Sean Kaley.
I'm the Chief Operations Officer. I am responsible for basically all of our member-facing operations, all of our lending, our new accounts, our contact center, all of those things.
So tell me about KGEFCU.
Well, KGEFCU is Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, and of course, government employees is our core. We were founded to serve government employees, and we still do, but we've broadened that a little bit. One of the misconceptions that people have about Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union is that you have to be a government employee to become a member, when in fact there's a number of ways that you can become a member. We are here to serve the people that care for and protect the island of Kauai, and so that extends beyond government employees. We have a number of partner organizations that we are grouped with, where if you are an employee of that partner organization, you are eligible for membership. If you are a member of certain organizations, such as the Kauai Chamber of Commerce or the Kauai Museum, you are eligible for membership. We even have students of Kauai Community College. So there's a number of ways. I encourage anybody that is interested in membership at the credit union to contact us, and we can talk to you about different ways that you can become a member.
So for the benefit of the viewing audience, many of whom are probably thinking about, why would I want to be a member? Why would I want to be a member?
Well, because we are a not-for-profit local financial institution. So all of the money that is pooled in the credit union is used for local people here on Kauai. We lend out the money to local people. We have great rates and lower fees typically than you might find at other financial institutions. And it's local democratic control. So our members vote for a volunteer board of directors, and that board of directors is all Kauai government employee members here on Kauai. All of the money that we make gets reinvested back into Kauai, and our members have a greater say in what their money is being used for.
Now, your friend and mine, our president and CEO of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, Monica Belz, my understanding is that she recruited you, so we know that she's a genius. But when she recruited you, or she asked you to be a part of this mission, were there any thoughts, or did you just jump on board? Tell us about the story.
Well, it was a great opportunity, and I worked for another credit union here on Kauai for many years. I believe strongly in the credit union movement. Credit unions do wonderful things for their members across the country, and to have an opportunity to come to this particular credit union, a smaller credit union that has a great history here on Kauai, and to be able to participate and build this credit union and help it grow, I had to jump on that.
You know, today, this afternoon's luncheon, I was very, very, very impressed, because this was mine and probably your first luncheon or membership meeting. But I was really stoked to see, like, a lot of the kupuna or a lot of the old-time born and raised Kauai residents loyal and true to their establishment, that I was kind of stoked, because you can tell when it's a successful party because people come early and nobody leaves. I mean, everybody waited, and it wasn't about the prizes, but they all waited just, I guess, because it was fun.
Yes, it's my second annual meeting that I've been to for this credit union, and I was really impressed, and it's great to see so many of our members. We had almost 400 of our members that came out for this event, and to see the smiles on their faces as they were walking out, it really tells me that they enjoyed themselves, and we had great entertainment. And really, it's all about participating in the credit union and having members come in and be a part of the financial institution that they own.
You know, and Sean, in this day and age of social media and things are going bam, 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 I would probably wish and hope that when the memberships and the longtime born and raised residents see not necessarily change for the future, but new faces that bring brilliance, that's bringing brilliance, and can articulate to them that their money is safe, we're moving forward, we will protect you, we would make you and have you gain your interest, but it's all in the interest of this island of Kauai. That probably makes them feel very secure and stoked.
I would hope so. Yes, we are a very secure financial institution. All of the money that's on deposit at the credit union is insured, and so there's very little chance of having any loss. But it's also a very well-run organization. It's financially strong, and so I do want everybody to know that if they bring their money here, it's safe. You mentioned the kupuna. It's great to see the kupuna coming out here, and I sense from them that a lot of them do understand what the credit union is all about and where we came from and how we're built. And it's also encouraging to see some younger people starting to come to the annual meeting, and families bringing their children and teaching them about the democratic structure of credit unions from an early age.
And Sean, I think that's a very, very good point, because the net of everything, when they see the lineup of the board of directors, many of the kupuna and the local families can say, oh, that's my nephew, that's my niece. I mean, who else would you trust outside of your own blood, you know?
Exactly, yes. And it's great that we have a board of directors that consists of members of the credit union. And we have also a range of ages on our board. We have a range of backgrounds, and it's great people that are running this credit union.
You know, and earlier you had mentioned that there are opportunities to become a member. We talked a little bit about that, but lastly, you know, outside of the Kauai Museum and the other different Chamber of Commerce and the different entities, why would you, or give me your strongest aloha as far as people investigating and or trusting and say, hey, I want to be a part of the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union?
Well, when you say investigating, you know, they can come in and they can talk to any of our staff about all of the services that we offer. We have a wide range of services, and they can absolutely trust us with their money. And they have the convenience of being able to use all kinds of different services: debit cards, online banking, mobile app, what you would find at a typical financial institution. So it's great that they have access to all of these services, all of these loan and deposit products, with an institution that's here that is geared towards serving our local membership, our local community. We have products that are specifically designed, loan products for members based on their situation. For instance, when we had the flood last April, we rolled out a disaster loan to help people that were affected by the flood. When we had the government shutdown, or the partial government shutdown earlier this year, we had something that was designed to help the people that were affected by that. And the nice thing about being a small credit union is that when something happens that affects our members, we're able to adapt quickly, and we're able to build something that helps our members specifically.
Well, beautiful. Very, very well said. We're going to have to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll have an opportunity to speak to our president and CEO of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, Monica Belz. So don't go away, gang, because Walaau brought a shot. We'll be right back. Thank you once again to Sean, Kaley. Thank you very much to Cyndi Ayonon. We're going to have to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be speaking with the president and CEO of the Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, the lovely Monica Belz.
Aloha, I'm Barbara Bennett, owner and publisher of the Island's monthly community magazine, For Kauai. Available at newsstands, mailed to you by request, or at the Honolulu and Lihue airports. I invite you to join our local residents and read our stories. All local, all community, all Kauai. Read For Kauai magazine on our website, forkauaionline.com, with more feature stories, videos, daily calendar, and local news that will excite and interest you. Visit us daily, weekly on the web, and monthly in print. Mahalo and aloha.
Feel the beauty of this sign up, down from the beaches to the highest mountain. Different people living as one, in harmony under the sun on the island. Middle of the sea.
Puakea Golf Course. Call for your tee times today.
Aloha, Randy Riggin here at King Auto Center. You folks in the market for a new vehicle, we got you covered. You're looking for a truck, all new Ram 1500. If you're looking for a fuel economy, all new 2019 Honda Insight, come on down, stop by. For my friends and family, come ask for Randy at King Auto Center. Be lifetime friends. Aloha.
Aloha, Kauai, we're back. And with us is our president and CEO of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, Monica Belz. I guess, what a wonderful day here on the island for yourself.
It sure was. This was our 72nd annual meeting. We're 72 years old, and we were able to host 400 members, and our mayor, Kawakami. He came to give a speech as well. And it was an honor to be the president and CEO and to address the members and thank them for their loyal membership throughout all of these years.
You know, I want to ask you, as the president and CEO of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, you're like what I would see as like relatively young. I mean, is this like this is a pretty big time for you?
Sure, yes, I'm a millennial CEO, which is kind of a big deal for our generation. I think the bottom line is the torch is to be handed off to the next generation at this time. We have in credit unions in general, there's a pretty large generational gap where the people who made the credit union, founded the credit union, and grew the credit union industry to as large as it is today, are handing off the torch to the next generation. And it's all about that local ownership, and we want to keep that local ownership, and we want to move it forward. And so it's an honor to be part of the next generation of keeping the credit union strong and thriving and keeping our story alive and important and resonating deeply with the Kauai community. So it's an honor to be a millennial CEO.
You know, Monica Belz, speaking of the up-and-coming millennial CEOs, there's been and has been a lot of changes. I mean, why and how is it important that, you know, we keep the local Kauai credit unions, local Kauai, buy Kauai, think Kauai, buy Kauai? What's the outline message?
That's a great question. It's really important that we keep Kauai's credit unions Kauai and that they keep thriving into the future. Now, the Kauai credit union model is a not-for-profit. So all of our profits go right back into Kauai's community, go right back into the families on Kauai. So all of the money that we collect together and pool together is recirculated back to us. We have autonomy and independence over our money, over our finances, over our economy, and therefore over our future. Now, other models of financial institutions, such as banks or alternative lenders, they are for-profit institutions. And in that model, all of the profits go on to shareholders, not back into the community, not back into the member owners. That's a big difference. And so we want to tell the story to all of Kauai again, because it resonates deeply with everyone on Kauai, that if you put your money in a local Kauai credit union, it gets recirculated and reinfused into our local Kauai economy, for us, by us, from us, to us. And that is vital for our future as an island. It is vital for our future as a generation. And it's really important that people understand that.
Well, and by the way, that's a really, really good point, because I don't think a lot of people really understand that and realize that. Does your members, or how do you communicate to not drive it into them, but just to calmly convey it, like, you guys are in good hands, and by the way, for the record, the money stays on Kauai, it's for Kauai, and more importantly, it's for the members?
Well, we really see that as our mission right now, is to remember to tell our story everywhere we go, to our members and to our new members and to our non-members in the community. Bank local, keep your money local. We want, as Kauai people, as Kauai families, as Kauai organizations, we want that independence and that autonomy over our future, over our finances. And so the more that we're able to tell that story, the more people open up their minds and say, wow, we didn't realize it was that important to bank local. We will switch to you, and or we will bank with you even more than we already do, because that's important to them. It resonates deeply with everyone on Kauai.
And more importantly, with everything that you said, we will keep our money in your establishment because we know that we're in great hands. And by that, I say, this is my first KGEFCU, Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union luncheon. I was very impressed, quite humbly, because I know so many people. I have so much respect for so many people, but it's so nice to see familiar faces that I hope that this message, and I want to be a part of that driving force to let the people know that they're probably in about the best hands as they can be, and honestly, that they'll ever be financially.
Absolutely, and it's important to understand that all of the members you saw today, they own the credit union. They made the credit union. The credit union is 100% for them. And all of the new members that join, they also need to understand they are now owners. They have a vote. It's a democratic institution. So one member, one vote, regardless of your balance, regardless of where you've come from. That's important to the people of Kauai. These members have been members of ours for the last 72 years. We have over 7,000 members across Kauai. We have $150 million in assets. That's Kauai people pooling Kauai's money together in order to lend it back to Kauai, to grow our economy in an organic way that we believe is sustainable for our island. We're a federally insured institution, which means all of our deposits are insured. We're a sound, safe, and solid financial institution that's been around for 72 years and has a fantastic business model. And we are now forging our way into the future to help Kauai, build Kauai, protect Kauai, teach Kauai, just the same way that our legacy members did 70 years ago.
Well, as I process the math, I would probably say that what you really talked about is a big, huge, a tenth of the Kauai residential population, and the credit union has been around 72 years, slightly twice as old as you are in terms of the years go by. You know, one of the beautiful guests that came here to share his aloha and mana'o is obviously Keiki Kaina, the Honorable Mayor Derek S.K. Kawakami. And one of the things that he made mention to the people, and I really didn't know about that, but with the disasters of the floods that to no fault of anybody came, nobody's got time to assess. Nobody's got time to think. Everybody's got realizing that many of whom lost everything that they had, or 50% of what they had, or 70% of what they had, or 20% of what they had. And you guys just jumped in and said, hey man, if you need an emergency loan of its kind, we'll do the loan. Don't even worry about the insurance. That'll come around anywhere. And the way he articulated that, I think it not only brought a lot of rounds of applause and cheers, but it said something that at least you guys didn't have to toot your horn as to what you did for not just members, but the entire community.
Yes, absolutely. We really looked to other credit unions across the nation who have been in natural disasters. And if you look across the state of Texas with the hurricanes in Florida and across California with the wildfires, the first institution to step up and help their members were credit unions, and they didn't have to be asked. They knew their role as a not-for-profit community cooperative was to step up and help their members. And it's devastating times. And times like that is so important for members to be able to sleep at night, for people to understand that we'll take care of them. They don't need to worry about their bills. They don't need to worry about how they can access money to get back into their homes. We will support them, we're behind them, and we'll make sure that whatever we give them, it's feasible for them to pay it back when they're ready. And we understood that because of these other models we saw across the country. So our board of directors were very responsive and nimble, and they got together within a couple days and said, how do we help this community? How do we help our island? And we sat in a room until we figured out a perfect loan program that would make sense for as many people as we could possibly reach out to. And then we had to take our credit union up to those isolated areas so that we could access all of the community members who needed access. And we were able to get on jet skis, get on boats, however we could, just along with everyone else who was working their heart out to try and reach these people and help them, and able to give them these flood relief loans, which we did. We ended up receiving tremendous national recognition for. We were on the cover of huge magazines across the nation. I just was in Washington, D.C. last week, receiving an award, and was able to tell the story of what the Kauai flood was like and how our island wrapped its arms around each other to help get those people to safety and get them recovered. And it's such an honor to be a small credit union who can be nimble and who can give back to their community and to really live that mission out of people helping people at a time when it's most needed.
Well, it's a tearjerker because it's very chicken skin and touching, because it was never a matter of we can't help, but it was more of a matter of how we can help. And by the way, as an interesting footnote, I do understand you made national news because they did a little clip on you, and you became historic of Kauai. They used your soundbite to run nationally. How cool is that?
That was really cool. I think just being able to tell the story of this little island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean who really knows how to rally together and be one big ohana and help save our island and save our communities who need us most. It was such an honor to represent Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union.
And by the way, if you just joined us, I am with the president and CEO of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union, Monica Belz. How you feeling, man? I mean, you got heavy shoulders. I mean, are you excited? Do you sleep? Or, I mean, like, we're moving forward. With that being said, I don't know if it's too premature, but I'm going to ask you. You guys are going to be opening up another outlet up in Kilauea in the brand new, beautiful, stoked out, upgraded, happening complex down in Kilauea. Can you give us a little sneak preview? I mean, what's going on? What's happening?
Sure. I am excited. Even though I'm a little jet lagged from my trip, I arrived home yesterday from DC. We're really excited, and we got to announce that to our members today, that due to the growing demand of people from all the way from Kapahi all the way to the end of the road, that they would love a credit union branch in that region of the island. And our members asking us for that extra branch or that accessibility to the North Shore, we decided to open up a branch in 2019 in Kilauea in the new Lighthouse Village. And every day, I live in Kilauea, and every day I'm asked by people getting coffee or dinner or whomever, when will your branch open? We can't wait. We want a credit union on the North Shore. So we're excited to announce that today to our membership, and we received a standing ovation and round of applause for being a pioneer and moving up there.
And obviously, this is 2019, so more specifically, is there a projected month and date?
Sure, we're shooting for fourth quarter, so sometime toward the end of the year. We'll know more in the coming months, and we'll keep that information available to the members.
Now, when you make mention about membership, my understanding, let's say, for example, there's a Subway sandwich or a Wailua shave ice, or there's a Foodland, Kung Lung is across the street. Do you folks then approach businesses and say if they want to be a part of the credit union, and more importantly, if they are a part of the credit union, that enables employees or associates to now then apply for membership? Is that how it's working in terms of people wanting not just access but to become a member? Because anybody could probably use the ATM machine, but people would probably want to say that, hey, I want to be a member. I want to be a part of a Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union. I mean, how is that going to work?
Sure. So we have business partner organizations who can join. And when they join, then all of their employees and their employees' families are eligible for membership. But we're also able to qualify almost anyone for membership through other organizations and partnerships as well. Obviously, our core group is the government employees and their family members. And then we have over 100 business partners, and we're adding more business partners by the day. So we will welcome that. We love community partnerships of any kind. We do plan in the branch on having a little zone that's dedicated to a lot of our partner organizations to maybe display their business, their organization, the services they offer. If it's retail, for example, if it's retail, we might put some of their products up on display just to share in the love and share their story. And it's all about telling stories and talking story and sharing with everybody.
It's really funny, just knowing you personally. I want to commend you for being a mom and for being an advisor to being a genius. On a personal note, do you ever get to sleep? I mean, what are you thinking about when you're sleeping? Are you just thinking like, I just need to sleep? Or are you just thinking about the next day, about how busy or jamming or exciting? I mean, a lot of stuff coming down on your shoulders, sister.
True, yes. I think it's work hard, play hard. So as long as you're working hard and playing hard, you're going to sleep really hard. So I sleep like a baby.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, why don't you just take this opportunity? It's been an honor and a pleasure. Please share your aloha out to the beautiful people of our Garden Island of Kauai and say a nice, fuzzy, cheery message, and let them know if they ever need kokua or if they ever need help. There's a lot of exciting things happening, and you want them to become members of our Kauai Government Employees Federal Credit Union.
Absolutely. Aloha, Kauai. Thank you guys so much for your loyalty over the past 72 years. We are from Kauai, for Kauai, by Kauai, to Kauai. Please join on board and bank local and keep our money autonomous, keep our money independent. And we want to have say over our future. We want to have say over our finances, and we want to keep our money on Kauai and keep it churning for an organic and sustainable future for our families. Aloha.
Thank you once again to our president and CEO of the Kauai Government Federal Credit Union, Monica Belz. Thank you very much for the opportunity for us, Walaau, and the audience to catch up with all the wonderful happenings and the exciting news about the Kauai Government Federal Employees Federal Credit Union. And remember, the credit union right around the corner, last quarter of this year, 2019, they should be opening up their Kilauea branch. Now, just to let everybody know, Kauai Government Federal Credit Union is located, you guys know Umi Street, right, in Lihue? Umi Street, you got Ki'ibo, you got former Ron's photo spectrum. You got Aloha Furniture, I believe, the old Jackwater area itself. Take a left turn where Dr. Lyman Yoshimura used to be. All you old timers remember Haps Hideaway, right down the road there by Kako's Simon. You guys have an opportunity to see the Kauai Federal Credit Union. And by the way, if you want to be a member, just go up over there, see some of the friendly front of the house tellers there, and check it out. And you too could be a member of the Kauai Community Federal Credit Union of Kauai for Kauai. We'll have to take a short break, but don't go away. Walaau, we'll be right back.
Captain Andy's sailing. Nobody has more fun. Captain Andy's, the ultimate sailing adventure.
Aloha, my name is Crystal Yap here at King Auto Center. I am the Internet Sales Coordinator. If you don't have time to come into the dealership, please feel free to inquire online. I am able to answer any emails, send over quotes, get you basically approved and ready to go, so that way by the time you get into our dealership, you just test drive and sign some paperwork. Once again, my name is Crystal Yap, and I'm looking forward to serving you here at King Auto Center. Please visit us at www.kingautocenter.com.
Aloha Kawaii, I'm Chantal Zarba, the Marketing and Event Coordinator for the Kauai Lifeguard Association. I'd like to say a huge heartfelt mahalo to all the businesses and individuals who have supported KLA over the past years and who continue to support KLA today and moving forward. The Kauai Lifeguard Association wouldn't be able to do what we do for the community without your help. Our ocean-minded community campaigns are successful thanks to all who support KLA and our lifeguards with giving time, energy, money, and items. KLA is truly blessed for each and every one of you. The Junior Lifeguard Program State Championships at Kalapaki Beach was a huge success thanks to Priscilla and Mark Zuckerberg, Olukai, Duke's Canoe Club, and other local businesses that were sponsors of that program, which teaches our keiki lifelong skills and creating a positive platform for them as they grow older. Mahalo to the lifeguards, trainers, and Ohana for your support. Kauai Lifeguard Association continues to keep ocean-minded community campaigns going, and we have a lot more to do, Kauai. Again, mahalo to our Kauai Lifeguard Association supporters. KLA recently donated a tower for the Poipu area, provided jet skis, roving patrols to unguarded beaches, ocean safety messages, brochures, ocean equipment, trailers, rescue tubes, ocean safety demonstrations in schools and other areas within the community, and so much more, all towards saving lives. Kauai takes the lead in showing other islands what is possible to keep visitors and Kama'aina safe at our beaches. Surrounded by ocean, it's important for us to play an active role in keeping our ohana and visitors safe every moment possible. With more beachgoers every year, we need to make sure our lifeguards are equipped properly and that our public is ocean safety educated. Kauai Lifeguard Association has come so far because of you. We are truly grateful for your continued support. Mahalo to this year's sponsors. Businesses and individuals all came together for our lifeguards and our ocean-minded community. Walau's Dickie, Chang, and Bruce Smalling, you two are amazing, and a huge mahalo for all that you do to share information with our community. Once again, my name is Chantal Zarba, the Kauai Lifeguard Association Marketing and Events Director, saying a heartfelt mahalo to all of you. Please stay tuned for future events that's coming up for the Kauai Lifeguard Association.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Walaau. As always, we'd like to sincerely thank each and every one of you for watching Walaau and making us a part of your weekend and week out festivities here in our beautiful garden island, Kauai. Don't forget now, Walaau, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 7 a.m., 12 noon, 4 p.m., 7 p.m., 12 midnight. Spectrum Cable, Channel 128. Spectrum Cable, Channel 128. Spread the news. Also, remember, this weekend we celebrate and we honor Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalanianaoole. Now, I believe on Friday at 9 o'clock, I should have checked. Friday at 9, I believe, at the Grand Hyatt, we're going to be doing the protocol for Prince Kuhio. And, of course, the following day at the Prince Kuhio Park, on the way to the Spouting Horn, right before the beach park. Everybody knows where Prince Kuhio Park is. They're going to be doing their celebration and the ceremony at 10 a.m. Saturday morning. So check that out. Further information, give me a call. I'll figure it out. 635-8800, 635-8800. It is time for us to heli on. As always, let's all continue to take care of our families, our friends, the neighbors of Malahini and the Aina. And we'll check you out next week. Only Stay safe, Kauai. On Walaau. On Walaau.